You guys, we've got so much news to get to.
Mhm.
And because we have to talk about like the Megyn Kelly stuff and the
Yeah.
Candace stuff, because we have to do that, I thought we would kick off today's show with a
Mhm.
little deep breathing
Let's do it,
exercise,
everybody.
courtesy of Jennifer Aniston's new boyfriend.
Yes.
So prepare to breathe.
Okay.
Here we go.
If you close your lips
Close them.
and let your teeth spread,
Spread my
letting the
teeth.
tongue fall from the roof of your mouth,
I'm having a hard time with that.
taking a deep breath in and releasing. Now, if you focus on your right hand, on your fingertips, noticing if your fingers start to tingle. Now, focusing on your right hand. That's right.
That's right.
Noticing if the fingertips on your right hand start to tingle without even looking at them. Now, if your fingertips on both hands tingle,
Well, my left hand's broken.
taking another deep breath, focusing on your fingertips and releasing. Breathing normally now.
Yes.
How do you feel?
I feel exactly the same. Thank you.
Exactly. I don't feel any different. My hand's still broken. I'm not any more relaxed. That
Well, we tried.
smile is creeping me out.
Okay, so that's the thing, right? Like I've seen still photos of this guy and I think that dude is hot. But then I see a video of him doing this and I'm like, ew, that is not
Yeah.
hot.
It's like, listen, the new agey stuff, that's what it is. Because can you chop wood? Can you do that? Can you go corral some cows for me? Can you do that?
Like,
Can
would you take
car?
down an intruder or would you
Right.
give him a deep breathing exercise?
He would
You know what
probably,
I mean?
he would be like, breathe. Can you feel your arms tingle? That's what he would do to the
I'm not a fan.
intruder. Yeah,
I don't
is.
like it. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
He's a little femme for me.
But that's
Little-
Jennifer
little
Aniston's new boyfriend, and like,
Yeah.
congrats for
They're
having a
probably
boyfriend.
having like tantric sex or something.
Right.
You know, like sting sex. You know, that's what it is. Okay. Anyways, I got to tell you about Webroot. Sorry. Sorry, I missed the cue, you guys. I missed it. Protect yourself and your family with Webroot. Protect them
Do
from
it.
all the cybercrime. 60% off Webroot total protection at webroot.com/chicks. 60% off. Do it. It'll make you feel all tingly in the fingertips.
That's what we hear. Okay, you guys, we got to get into all of the stuff that led up to Candace's recap of her 4.5-hour marathon meeting with Erika Kirk. We're going to kick it off first, though, with the mainstreaming of Candace's crazy, which I'm a big fan of. I like the fact that publications as big as the New York Post are writing hit pieces, for lack of a better word, on Candace Owens. I think that's great because the
Me
more
too.
people realize that she is batshit, the better.
Yeah.
So they had a headline yesterday that said, "Inside Candace Owens's sadistic and dangerous world, monetizing baseless conspiracies."
I'm here for it.
Totally here for it.
Yep.
And she did apparently address this on her show last night, very carefully rejecting the part of the article that talked about her being mean to people at the Daily Wire and completely ignoring the part of the article that talks about all of her yeast infections. Do you remember how we said that she had
Yes.
that lawsuit?
Yes.
She
So
didn't
gross.
mention any of that. And
Mhm.
apparently it wasn't just yeast infections, it was also impacted earwax. in
Oh
her
my
left ear.
God. I am so grossed
didn't
out
mention
by
any of that.
all of this. Oh my
I know.
God. Gross.
It's pretty gross. So we need to get to the Megyn Kelly stuff too. I know a lot of you, I
Ugh.
saw on Twitter, there was a bunch of people going, can't wait to hear your take on Megyn Kelly. And we're going to talk about Megyn Kelly, and we will get to a little piece of the video that she released. It was like, I want to say like almost 17 minutes that she spent explaining her silence about the whole Candace thing to date. Obviously, we're not going to play that whole thing, but we'll give you a recap of it. But she and Josh Hammer are still like big time right now on Twitter because, of course, over the weekend she had Dave Smith on her program, and those two like really gossiped hard about Josh Hammer. Megyn said that he had a crappy podcast that she had promoted in the past. I mean, they were really pretty nasty about Josh Hammer. And so Josh apparently either did a podcast or he released an article about her being a coward. And he tweeted it saying, Megyn Kelly is the dictionary definition of a coward. And she responded by saying, poor Josh Hammer really needs me to protect him from the big bad words of others. Remember when men had testosterone? Yikes. And so then he responded to that and was not nice. He said, you are even dumber than I thought. I don't want you to protect me or anyone else from words. What I want is for you to have the tiniest modicum of courage and conviction, as in actually believe the shit coming out of your mouth. And apparently I'm asking for too much. Oh, damn.
Our world is so borked right now.
Yeah, the weirdest people that you would not expect are fighting, and
I'm just disappointed in so many people. It's like, you know, it's just, I don't know. I've been disappointed by a lot of people in my life, and like this is just, I'm just disappointed by a lot of people this week. You know.
It's getting ugly out there, you guys. It's getting ugly out there on our side of the aisle. And another example of that, as we mentioned yesterday, is the Tim Pool versus Candace fight. And they also had a bit of an exchange, if you will, on X yesterday. Tim Pool now accusing her of having the same security detail as Charlie Kirk. And so he thinks it's very hypocritical of her to complain and rip on Charlie's security detail. And she responded to that saying, apparently Tim Pool is telling his audience that Charlie Kirk's security team was the same as my security team. That is complete and utter fiction. Charlie and I never employed the same security company, literally ever. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And he responded to that and said, be specific, Candace. Make sure you're very clear. You've never had the same security people working for you that Charlie also used? And she responded to that and said, I was clear, bitch. I said that Charlie and I never used the same security people. So your point that I was being a hypocrite by critiquing their actions that day is complete and utter trash. In fact, I regularly critiqued Charlie on his security team, and I'm sure I could dig up a text message or two to that effect. Now, there was some random person on X who was mad about her tone and said, Christians do not speak to each other that way. And so she responded to that person and said, you're right, essentially. It's how a pissed off mother speaks to a little bitch of a man who keeps discussing and lying about her home security when she has 4 children beneath the age of 5. And Tim Pool responded saying, Candace was working with these people the whole time. She's lying. She knows all of these people. It is one big game. And then he talked about it on video saying the following. Oh, wait, I forgot about the quartering. The quartering also wrote back to Candace saying, you didn't give 2 shits about Erika's 2 kids when you were airing out every little detail about their security and business. So sorry, you don't get to use your kids as a shield, which I thought was a very good point.
It's a great, great point.
Right?
That is a really wonderful point. I'm glad that the quartering pointed that out.
Yes. So here is Tim Pool just tripling down basically on this accusation. Here's what he said.
Because she knows I got the goods. If she wanted to come out and say, this is not correct, here's why it's wrong, she could. Instead, when I said Candace worked with some of the very same people she's accused, and this is undeniable. It's so stupid that she's trying to play this game because she worked at Turning Point.
Yeah.
Correct. She worked at Turning Point, so she had the same security as Charlie. And she's like, I never did. I never used the same security. It's an obvious lie. I also know for a fact, because I've seen the texts, she was privately telling people she hated Charlie Kirk like 2 months before he was murdered. So she can't answer to these things. She's dodged these and just said Tim Pool's gay, he's a bitch. Because she knew the whole time she was lying.
She was not happy with that. And said, Tim Pool is the walking example of why we called people faggots in the 90s. It was never about homosexuality. It was about people who behave like faggots. It's gotten ugly, you guys. I don't think I need to make that any clearer.
Yeah. And somebody said exactly what I was thinking, which is social media is literally the downfall of our civilization.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if it goes back to the whole, listen, she and Erika met for 4 hours. We didn't get to see what they talked about, didn't hear what they said for that 4 hours. But I assure you, it was a lot more civil than this crap.
Oh, it had to have been, right? Because they're face to face, they're eyeball to eyeball.
Of course, because when people are talking face to face, they don't do this. They don't do this. But when people are on social media, they act like animals. I mean, I want to say toddlers, but I mean, I actually like toddlers, so mean to toddlers. But people, grown ass adults are acting ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's
really ugly.
Stupid. It is stupid.
I do have a question for you, and that is, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Okay, you guys, we are all up in winter, like even in Texas. Granted, it's gonna be like 80 degrees here this weekend, where everybody gets sick. So it's like 20 degrees, 80 degrees, but we are all up in winter, and we could face freezing temperatures at any moment, and unexpected power outages, and fresh food becomes harder to count on when you need it most in the wintertime, especially if there's an emergency. Most produce travels long distances from warmer climates and regions, and it's vulnerable. So you need to make sure that you have shelf stable food at all times during the winter months, because you just perishable food. And I mean, it's great to have, obviously you want to have that, but you want to make sure that you have like a good, hey, listen, this food will last 25 years if I need it. And ReadyWise,
when they say non-perishable, they mean business.
They mean it, right? And so you should have ready to go a supply kit. And you can get that with ReadyWise. They have a 72-hour emergency food kit. It has freeze-dried meals with, like we said, a shelf life up to 25 years. They have, all they need is just like a little bit of water that you mix in. It's like 2,000 calories per day to keep your family nourished, just in case. You just never know what's going to happen. They also have a 1-month food supply bundle. We have rice, we have water, and we have ReadyWise.
Soup.
We have ReadyWise out in our shelter, in our little storm shelter. We have that ready to go at all times. And then we have like blankets and stuff out there, and, you know, like little generators and things like that. And they sell those too. So make sure you check all that out. Use code CHICKS10 for 10% off your order. Keep your family covered. CHICKS10 is the code for 10% off at ReadyWise.com. Do it.
Do it. All right. So let's get into Megyn's explanation, and then we can discuss. There's a couple pieces to this. We're going to kick it off with her expressing how much she loves Erika. But she also talks about her newfound, really, relationship with Candace. Here is the first part of what we wanted to share from Megyn.
But with things ratcheting up between Erika and Candace last week, many people had been asking me, why aren't you saying anything? Obviously, I love Erika Kirk. I do. I love her. And I feel, as I said on the tour, protective of her because she's in an extremely vulnerable state right now. Yes, she's taken on the CEO position of Turning Point. And, you know, it's a fair question to ask whether that's a job she can do right now while she's at the height of her grieving. I take no position on that. I think she's doing fine. But I also think it's fair. You can ask that. So I don't like to see her get attacked at all. And I wish that would stop. And to be honest, I wish Candace wouldn't be pursuing the Turning Point narrative at all. Never mind Erika. Though again, she hasn't graduated to blaming Erika for Charlie's murder. She's criticizing her and the media tour. And that is fair game. That piece of it is fair game. So in any event, Candace knows I disagree with her on this. Petty internet people want to turn that into a cat fight between Candace and yours truly, which will fail. She and I actually have only gotten closer over the past couple of months as people try to make me attack her. So fuck off, okay? I have no obligation to you to hate the people you hate or try to bring down the people you want brought down.
Okay. Well, I thought that.
So that's the first part.
Well, it was kind of interesting to me. I didn't know that was news to me because from what I've heard in the past from her, she didn't listen to or watch her show. I guess that is mutually exclusive of being friends with her, but still, I just had this notion in my brain that they didn't really know each other that well. And so that was
I think that's true. And she's now saying, and now we're getting closer because
Right.
she is in contact with her now.
Mhm. All right. So they're buds.
Yeah. And that is very, very odd to me in that now that she knows, presumably, how off the rails Candace has gotten, for her to become closer to her now after just saying, I love Erika and I hate that Candace is even saying all of these things. Why would you get close to somebody like that? Like, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Listen, my take on this is, it's like I always tell my daughter, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. Who you surround yourself with is of utmost importance.
Yeah.
And your friends are paramount to who you become, who you are and who you become. So this is a reflection of her. If she is going to associate with Candace, and if she is like buds with Candace, and that says something to me.
Well, and it's just, none of it makes sense, because for this entire, I don't know, 16, 17 minutes that she was talking about this topic, it was kind of disjointed, where she was like, I wish Candace wouldn't do this. I don't believe Turning Point had anything to do with any of the, like, she clearly believes Tyler Robinson is the killer. She believes that the investigation is being handled appropriately. She loves Erika. She wants to protect Erika. And yet the actions speak so much louder. And so that was what was so hard for me to wrap my head around. She also went on to talk about the rationale that she has not said anything. And it's because, as she explains it, she's been working behind the scenes to create this meeting that just happened. Here she is on that.
Because many of my viewers have been wondering why I haven't said anything, given my previous statements about Erika. And the reason is that I have been working behind the scenes to try to foster a détente between them. Erika called me weeks ago and asked me if I would be part of this sit down with them, which originally they had contemplated might be for consumption by the public, might air in some way, shape, or form, and asked if I would facilitate that meeting between the two of them. And I said yes immediately. Of course I would. I reached out to Candace. She said, absolutely. I'm thrilled it's you. I'm in. And the two of them took it from there, trying to negotiate the specifics of what they'd both be comfortable with, where, when, etc. And eventually it changed after they hit some roadblocks. Again, that's for someone else to tell you about if they so choose. Not having anything to do with yours truly, but it hit some roadblocks in scheduling and the specifics that led them to just say, let's do this privately, not on camera, not in a live stream, just us. And I thought that was a great idea, and I fully support it. And I have been in touch with both of them repeatedly. Okay, so that's what I've been doing. And I understand my core audience knows who I am and would never have assumed the worst about me, that I was just abandoning Erika or getting ready to pounce on Candace and, insert myself into this on one side. I'm not getting ready to do that. And I don't want that. I don't think that's God's role for me here. I really fully believe God's role for me here is to possibly play a role in getting this whole thing to a better place. I think I might be in a position to help construct that. Maybe not. But sitting here in my studio in Connecticut, just slinging mud at one side or the other, or tearing people down, or, expressing my disgust, my outrage, that is pointless here. My goal and my job here, I think, is to try to understand, yes, where Candace is coming from on this. I know you're not supposed to say it. You're supposed to just immediately condemn her. But I love the Turning Point guys, and I don't believe for 1 second any of them had anything to do with Charlie's murder. Not for 1 second do I believe that. Wanted to tell you what my role in it has been. And I'll just say this final thing. To the hateful people whom I used to call friends, who have been all over the internet trying to shame me and say that no one should ever listen to this program again because I haven't spoken out on the Erika-Candace conflict. There's no, I don't have any pearls of wisdom other than go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves. You have no fucking clue what's going on. You don't know what I do behind the scenes. And your world is so myopically online. You fail to understand there are real humans involved here, and actually being able to touch grass and have relationships with them, which is something I'm doing, could prove to actually benefit all involved. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't at all, but it's at least got a shot. I'm not sure your Twitter shame game has gotten anything of value done.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm just very disappointed in that take.
Well, and again, so why is it so easy to sling mud at Josh Hammer? Why is
Right.
it so easy to
Everybody
just cut
else.
off contact with Dave Rubin
Right.
or any of the other people that she may or may not be referring to as her previous friends, and then not call out the worst of the worst of the worst right now, who is literally tearing apart an organization that you say you care about and a person that you say you love? Like, none of that meshes for me. It
Well,
just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I think some people could make sense of that. You could draw a correlation between those two guys, and then you can draw a correlation between people that she's going to call out and then not call out. Do you want me to say it out loud?
I think we get it.
I mean, come on. This is the thing. It doesn't take a brain surgeon here. So listen, I'm just a little disappointed. This is when she says she acts as though she's some sort of a peacemaker. It's not like her show has been about that over the past
Not at
several
all.
years. It's
Not
not
at
like,
all.
so I just find this to be, I'm just disappointed. I'm a little disappointed by this.
God,
And you
I
can't,
just-
in
I
this,
can't
in this,
stand it.
right. And in this situation, it's you riding the fence and trying to play both sides. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work in this case because this is kind of a big deal.
This is good versus evil to me.
Right.
And I don't know how you ride that fence.
You
I don't know
can't.
how you stay in the middle of good. I just don't
can't.
know how you do it.
Mhm.
There has obviously been reaction, a lot of reaction. I've seen a lot of people in our audience who are like, I've unsubscribed. I will never listen to her again. I mean, they're so upset. They're so disappointed. And I get it. There is no one more disappointed than us because you don't even understand how long she has been my North Star. Like we love her. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
just, I don't understand it. And maybe someday we'll be lucky enough to have a conversation with her and maybe she'll explain it to us in a way that makes sense. But right now it doesn't make sense. And that's kind of where we are on the Megyn thing.
Right.
There was a very interesting comment about her take from Frank Turek, who obviously is very, 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 very close to the Turning Point team. And it's just interesting. I'll show it to you on the screen. He said that, what Megyn said, the fact that Megyn worked on that meeting is true. He said Megyn Kelly has been working behind the scenes. And when it comes to legal matters and the rules of evidence, there is no one better. Praying she can help reunite conservatives around the truth.
Okay.
So to me, that seems like he's saying, and maybe I'm misreading it, but the way I interpret that is he is hoping that she comes around to recognizing the barrier to the truth, which is Candace.
Right.
He's not saying that. That's how I'm interpreting it. I don't know. What's your take on what he's saying?
I mean, I think that's a very positive way of looking at it, Mock.
So you
But
think he's saying, yay,
I
Megyn?
No, I actually, your take, I totally agree on your take, but I don't necessarily think that will happen. I think that you're right on saying that is what you're inferring from this, but I don't necessarily think that is what will actually come of it. I don't think that is what will happen.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, we can all pray for that, but I don't think that will be the outcome. I don't.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Maybe,
This
I mean,
is all
listen, you're
just-
more of an optimist than I am. And that's why we are a team, right? So,
Right. I mean, because I keep thinking maybe there's an aspect of this that I'm just not seeing because I'm not in relationship with these people. Maybe Megyn is seeing a side of Candace that we're not getting to see. But then, like, why wouldn't Candace want us to see a better side of her than what she's
Yeah.
presenting? You know what I mean?
Listen,
like, none of this
after-
makes sense.
After yesterday and the dancing,
Yeah,
to
we'll get to
Hava
that for
Nagila,
sure.
and we're going to get to that. That's it.
That was the last straw for me too. Like,
total
I
last straw.
cannot.
Total last straw.
cannot.
I'm done. Yeah.
But what I'm not done with is helping my face with Bon Charge products. Their red light therapy mask, you guys, it is the bomb. And it's
Right,
also
and-
so relaxing. It's such a treat.
You're right. I do it for like 10, 15 minutes, a couple times a week. I really no appointment. It's lightweight. It's easy to use. It contours perfectly to your face. You can travel with it. It's rechargeable. It's not hot. or people think that it's really hot because it's that red light or bulky.
It's like a barely warm. It's just a nice warm
It actually
feeling.
puts me to sleep. I'm like incapable of naps, you guys. And I will take like a 10-minute nap because I don't know what it is, but it lulls me to sleep. It's fantastic. But if I don't want to do that, I can walk around with it, which is really nice. You can still do things with it on, but it's fantastic. I really like it. It has actually brightened my skin. We don't F with our faces, but we do this because it's really great for your skin. It helps it look brighter and healthier. And I love it without all the fillers and the junk that people put into it. So you can get 25% off right now on like the coolest skincare gift ever. So check it out, bondcharge.com/chicks, save 25%. Your code is automatically applied. So 25% off at bondcharge.com/chicks. And the sale ends December 31st. So grab it now. Bondcharge.com/chicks. Do it.
Hurry. All right. There's been a couple other just little tweets that I wanted to share with people in terms of reaction. There was another one from, let's see, I think it's Jackie Che. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, but she said, Megyn Kelly's much awaited statement basically boiled down to, I love Erika. I like Candace. Can't we all just get along? There are two problems. The first is that the aggression was completely one-sided.
Right.
And the second is that Erika was not the only person harmed.
Right.
Which is fair. I mean, that's a completely fair thing. And then there is a gal named Carrie Smith who studies cults. And I think we're going to try to get her on the show, actually, when we come back from break. She also, I'm going to have you read this if you don't mind. She also broke down what was wrong for her with Megyn's response to this whole thing. And here is what Carrie said.
This was a one-sided 3-month reputation destruction campaign by a malignant and dangerous narcissist, grooming a cult of millions to join in her targeted harassment of TPUSA, Erika, and all of Charlie's friends and pastors, making the most vile insinuations, accusations, and demands. Her flying monkeys sending death and kidnapping threats and hurling daily abuse. You facilitated one of the targets of that abuse, sitting down with her narcissistic abuser to try and get the abuse to stop. Even here, you are morally equivocating between the two as if they both have validity or points or equal character, behavior, or standing. They don't. This whole thing has been revolting to witness. One of the most evil attack campaigns I've ever seen in my lifetime. And listen, I'll just point this out. Like, if you're in an abusive marriage, counseling's not going to help. It's not going to like. I wouldn't. If I were in an actual abusive marriage, I'm not sitting down for therapy with the dude. Okay, we're just getting a divorce. You see what I'm saying? You understand like the inference. Ties. You understand the inference there. Like, if he's just beating up on me for 3 months straight or more, we're not going to go and sit down in a room for 4 hours and have a talk. We're done. That's how I feel about that.
I completely agree. And we are going to get into a little bit of Candace, as much as we hate to have to do it. But it's important because we do need to kind of put a pin in what she said about her meeting with Erika. But before we get to that, you remember the clip that we played yesterday of her going, you guys, I'm alive. I had my 4.5-hour meeting and I'm alive. I'm thankfully like I'm alive. Remember? We played that yesterday.
Yes.
Chris Cuomo making fun of that is my new favorite thing. So here is what he said about that clip.
You guys know I am alive.
I am alive? I mean, how do you take this seriously? Why do you guys keep asking me questions about this Egyptian
It's so
airplane?
stupid.
I'm alive? Who is she meeting with? Hamas?
I know, right? And there are people out there that are hanging on to this, hanging on to every word. It is remarkable how she has turned herself into the victim. That is classic narcissism. And that is why I'm so disappointed in Megyn. That's why, because it's like, that's why I'm disappointed. Because you are, listen, show me your friends. I'll tell you who you are.
Well, and what's amazing too is that, you know, Megyn said all those things. And then in her show last night, because one of the things that Megyn said repeatedly was that she does not believe any of the stuff that Candace has said. She doesn't agree with her narrative. She doesn't agree with all of the accusations. She believes that Tyler Robinson is the killer. And in her show last night, Candace calls people like that people who believe the things that we just outlined that Megyn believes in are dishonest. So now Megyn goes to all this trouble to say, Candace and I are closer. I'm working on Candace, blah, blah, blah. And Candace rips on her, essentially, not by name, but ripping on anybody who believes those things.
Right.
Yeah. And calling them dishonest. And yet Megyn will continue to embrace this woman. I do not understand it.
And support her.
Do not understand it.
I get it.
And so I thought, well, I probably should watch this damn show because it is going to be the recap of the meeting with Erika. And I sat down to watch it, you guys. I sat down to watch it. I got through 3 minutes before I was so sick to my stomach that I was done. I just couldn't. I caught up with the clips that were flying around on Twitter. But she used the first 3 minutes of her show to mock the trolls on her, TikTok, on all of her various platforms, who were convinced that because she met with Erika, she had been bought out by the Jews. Okay, so she was mocking this idea, but in the process, mocking Jewishness in the very same freaking week that all of these Jews have been slaughtered.
Oh my God!
It was
right.
so disgusting that I just couldn't even believe it, and so self-serving, as you're going to see right here.
Okay, everybody, Shabbat Shalom. I just want to say Shabbat Shalom to everybody back at home. Happy Hanukkah to our greatest friends and allies. And, this is a good time to mention that Israel does have a right to defend itself. Tucker Carlson is Adolf Hitler. And TikTok does need to be purchased by the Mossad. It's just how I'm feeling today. I am not different. Maybe you are different. Welcome back to Candace.
Normally a Kanye song plays right here. And instead it's Bafora.
Yeah, it's
okay. You guys are crazy. You guys are absolutely crazy. The amount of people who attacked me for sending out a tweet being like, hey, I'm good, I'm alive. We had a very productive conversation. And they were like, she got the call. She got the call. She's betrayed us. She's doing something else. I can't believe it. This has all just been a show. Calm down. Okay. What do you think happened? Well, Erika said, stop. And then I was frozen for 4 hours and 30 minutes, just like, as they just put all of these talking points into my head. That is not what happened. I keep telling you guys.
Absolutely diabolical.
That's when I stopped. I was like, oh.
And this is who Megyn wants to align herself with? This shit? It's disgusting.
So gross.
It's absolutely disgusting. What is even happening? She is gross.
Yeah, it was vile.
If you support this, I want nothing to do with you.
And that's it, right? Because again, we're looking at good and evil here.
Right.
I mean, it's such a contrast between Erika, right? And freaking Candace. And like, if you still can't see that, we can't be friends. Like, we just can't. There's no way, no way to reconcile this. There's just not.
Especially in light of everything that's happened this week.
Right.
It's like she was just dancing on all the things that happened this week. She has said nothing about the attacks on Jews this week,
Nope.
that the murders of Jews this week. Nothing. She said nothing about it, and she dances on those people.
She's despicable in every way. In every way.
Vile.
One of the, I guess, pieces of information that came out of their meeting together is that Erika's lawyer attended, and Candace wanted to ask questions of this lawyer because Candace claims to have wanted to leave the meeting believing, as Megyn does, as so many people do, that Tyler Robinson was for sure 100% the guy that pulled the trigger. And she claims that the prosecution, the point that we're at in this investigation is that there is no evidence other than what we, the public, have already seen. And so she just doesn't think that's good enough. And she seems absolutely flabbergasted that she's not entitled or privy to any of the current investigation evidence. And so here's kind of how she explained that.
Okay, so what we have seen is what they have. What is being discussed publicly, you are this whole like non-expert problem where like, well, you don't know. It's like what you read his messages that don't have any dates on it, Tyler Robinson writing out everything in a clean alibi. That's what they have. And what he explained to me was that that's the affidavit stage. That's where it's at. And then what takes place now is the investigation is ongoing, right? So right now they're looking for more information. And once investigators, they could very well have obviously footage. And that is why they might feel that, oh, we're definitely gonna get this prosecution. But the reality is they don't actually share that information with the victim. They don't share that information with Erika. They don't, in this part of the process, they will not know what investigators have discovered. This is what the lawyer told me until May. Okay. They have not seen anything that you have not seen, is what I want you to know. So with that in mind, I'm sitting here going, why are you signaling? Why do I feel like the public's being gaslit on this? There's been nothing that's convincing. There are so many commentators who have gone out and said to you, it's overwhelming. The evidence is overwhelming. The text messages that don't have a date, that don't even sound real, that's overwhelming. That to me feels really fake and gay. I really do want to say that to every commentator that is out there trying to tell the public and insisting that if you say it enough times to become real, you're actually just being dishonest.
That was the moment. That's what I was just referring to about her calling out Megyn Kelly or anybody who believes that evidence that includes Tyler's own freaking parents turning him in is pretty overwhelming. You evil bitch. And so for her to say that that's dishonest, I hope Megyn hears that. I hope she hears it and rethinks what she is doing right now, because you cannot reason with evil.
It's wishful thinking, Mock.
I mean, I'm so
Speaking
frustrated.
gay. Faking
gay. My God. I just, oh my God. Okay. We need to take a break because the blood pressure is rising.
I know.
So let's talk about concerned women for a moment.
Right. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we're smack dab in the middle of a cultural war. I don't know. For all the moms and the grandmas that are out there that want to get involved, you see this. You totally see this. Concerned Women for America is the nation's largest public policy real Christian women's organization, and they are a perfect way to get involved politically. They've been around for 45 years. They know how to do things. All you got to do is donate $20 or more. You're going to get a copy of their book written by CEO and President Penny Nance. It's called A Woman's Guide, 7 Rules for Success in Business and Life. It's a great book. It's a great gift if you want to give that for Christmas. But then they also will help you get involved. They have all sorts of ways to do that. They will educate, equip, and mobilize you to help you make a real impact in your community, every level of government. They have collegiate chapters for young women. They have different ways of outreach for moms, professionals, mature women like us. And they just help you build your influence across just different avenues politically. So it's a great organization. All you got to do is donate $20, concernwomen.org/chicks to get your copy and get more involved. And we highly encourage you to do this because they're just a wonderful organization.
You guys, midterms are less than a year away. Like when we hit January, we're going to be in midterm year. So now is a great time to get involved. Now is a great time. All right, 2 more tiny clips and then we can be done with this evil hag. One of the things that she did own up to, although I don't even know if this counts as owning up to it, but and apparently she claims that this is what set Erika off the most, is when she basically told donors to stop, to ask for refunds, to not donate anymore to Turning Point, that was pure evil. That was against obviously what she claims her best friend in the whole wide world loved more than anything is his own organization. And so here she is owning that.
They were sort of most upset with what obviously a bit of a fever pitch, what I tweeted that it was a godforsaken company and people should not give money to it. And I have to own that. That's aggressive. That is actually aggressive in the retrospect. I was very frustrated. And I don't know, I felt like we weren't getting any answers and there were so many lies. And then I was getting attacked for asking all meaningful questions that was within their capacity to answer. And I told you, I definitely, my problem in life is that I can rise to anger very quickly.
Oh, really? Can you? Wow. We didn't notice that. We never noticed. Wow. Okay.
She also apparently said in another part of that show at some point. So you heard what she said there. Oh yeah, that was mean. I shouldn't have said that you shouldn't give to Turning Point. Then she had the audacity at another point in there to say that even though, as Megyn pointed out, originally the plan was to live stream their conversation, she said she's glad that that didn't happen because then she was able to say privately what would have been really, really harmful to say to Turning Point publicly, as if all of a sudden she now cares deeply about the future of Turning Point. Give me a freaking break. Anyway, last one, you guys, because there were also apparently mentions of all this news to come, you know, because this is a long-term grift for her. So she's talking about how she's going to be releasing more information about the Egyptian planes on coming shows. And those Egyptian planes, you're never going to believe who they're connected to.
I also want to say to you that I feel very confident that I know why these planes have caused such panic. And it is because there is overwhelming evidence that these planes regularly fly in and out of Israel.
Of course they do.
Of course.
Of course they do.
It's the Jews.
Anyway, more to come on that, right?
Right.
Now, interestingly, I saw a handful of comments that were being posted onto X. Her audience, or at least some of her audience, was very, very disappointed in the show. And I don't exactly understand the rationale, but like if you know, these comments are sort of flying around right now that they don't think she really revealed anything, that she seemed different in this episode. A lot of people, you can see from the comments, what on earth was that? Damn, Candace, what a letdown. That's the folks, that folks is the lesson. You can't trust anybody. Candace goes live with everything else. And then the one time with Erika, it's private. She's 100% compromised. I mean, her followers are batshit. Yeah. But the fact that they're disappointed is hilarious.
Yeah, but it's all on her. She whipped him up into a frenzy.
Right.
She promises all of this stuff. And then she gets to the point where she's going to have a meeting with Erika. Yeah, they were expecting it to be like televised. They were expecting like a WWE fight.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
what these
exactly.
people were expecting. And then it didn't deliver. And they're like, oh my God, because they're all rabid cult followers. What do you expect? Of course they're freaking out.
Yeah. And so I don't know how she's going to manage that because, you know, she said tensions were thawed. Well, your people don't want the tensions to be thawed.
Give a shit. I hope it just goes boop. I hope.
Well, that's the hope. But what I don't want to have happen is and not for the reasons that her crazy followers don't want tensions thawed because they like the fight. I don't want tensions thawed because I want them to sue her into oblivion. I don't want tensions to be so thawed and for Erika to be so forgiving that this woman is somehow let back into the TPUSA fold in any capacity.
Oh my God.
At all.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Erika's stupid.
I don't think she is either. I just wonder how much they want to do to keep the peace. You know what I mean? They're still platforming Tucker, for God's sake.
I don't think they'll invite her into the tent. Are you kidding me?
Not into the TPUSA tent, but will they maintain sort of this positive relationship with her? I don't think they should. I think they should sue her. I think they should sue her into oblivion.
I don't even know if this is a positive relationship. I think it was I'm going to meet with this chick because she's batshit crazy. We're going to try to talk because it's for the same reasons that I've been saying for the past 2 days, because social media is a gutter and we're going to try to meet in person because I'm an adult. This chick's acting like a crazy spoiled toddler and I'm going to try to be the adult in the room and I'm going to meet with her in person. I think that's what Erika did. Erika is the adult in the room. Candace is not. And that is exactly what she's doing. That's how she is approaching this whole situation. That's what happened. The fact that it wasn't televised or live streamed, I'm happy about that. I'm glad that it wasn't. It's really none of our business. It's nobody's business what happens with any of this stuff. I'm glad that they talked offline. And it's great that Candace is going to spin it however she wants to spin it. But I'm glad that neither one of them, nobody could use this for clicks or anything like that. They needed to talk offline. They should have done this 3 months ago. You know, this is what, and none of this stuff should be something that Candace can use for money, for a grift. All of it's gross.
She's going to continue to do it.
Oh, of course she will. She'll
Clearly.
absolutely do it. But I think that's what Erika was trying to do. She was trying to temper it and say, you know what? I guess I'm the one who has to be the adult here because you're not.
I wonder what their response to that is going to be, or how they're going to respond to this response. You know what I mean? Like I have no idea how that's going to go. But anyway, that's your Candace update. And God, I hate that woman. I mean, I have like really unhealthy hate in my heart for her. I just do. She's awful.
Yeah. I mean, well, we are seeing people for who they are. In our, I don't even want to say in conservatism, I guess we're seeing people for who they are. And I guess that's a blessing. Maybe there's the positive is we're starting to see.
Okay,
I'm starting to have clarity as to who some of these people are and what they stand for and what they don't stand for.
Fair. Okay. That's a good way to look at it. I mean, it's better to know, right? It's better to know than to not know.
Right.
And so now we know. We know, as somebody might say.
Yep.
We also know what it means when there's only one retirement that you get in your entire life. That's it.
Yes.
You only get one, you guys.
Yep.
You better make it good.
People feel very uncertain about their finances right now. I mean, I actually feel the most secure about my retirement than I ever have because I was a late saver. I was an idiot in my 20s and 30s. An absolute moron. And Zach Abraham of Bulwark Financial, he's been a godsend to me, you guys. He's like having a family member who wants me to succeed financially. And if I'm winning, he's winning. I love that. He's communicative. He's smart. He's great at what he does. And most of all, he's conservative. He gets us all the wins, right? So be confident in your retirement. Get a second opinion, get a third opinion. If you've been through a couple, like call him, talk to him, get to know him. He's fantastic. Visit knowyourriskpodcast.com for a free review from him. He's just a really great guy. He'll help you get back to basics, get a second opinion with him. Bulwark's Know Your Risk Portfolio Review. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. Don't put it off. Make it like your 2026 resolution. knowyourriskpodcast.com. And here's the disclaimer. Investment advisory services offered through Turek Financial, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Turek 25284. All
right. Let's move on, shall we? I mean, there's
a lot more news. Yep.
Yeah. And there's like more stupid stuff that her followers are into right now, like dredging up Erika Kirk's ex-boyfriends for some reason. Anyway, they're out of control. The Candace cult is real and they are batshit. But maybe we'll just save that for another time, or maybe not. We're going to move on now. We need to talk about Brown University and updates from that horrifically managed investigation, and just confirmation about how disgusting pro-Palestinian terrorists are. Here's what's happening at Brown right now. Every single pro-Palestinian student organization is promoting a GoFundMe for the second student who was murdered, because his name is Mohammed Aziz Umarazkova or whatever. Not a single person is acknowledging the fact that Ella Cook was also victimized in that tragedy. Not a single one. Because they only care about their own, I guess.
Listen, I think this goes without saying, but conservative parents, don't send your kids to these god-awful universities.
Yeah.
Just don't send them. I mean, I know that a lot of like these conservative kids think they can get in there, they can make a difference, they can, and I love that can-do spirit. I really do. Just don't. They're freaking hellholes is what they are. And they're full of like these pro-Palestine weirdos is what they are, on freaking scholarship, no less.
God. Oh my God. Well, thankfully, there was one of Ella's friends appeared on Fox and Friends, or not Fox and Friends. I'm sorry. It was Dana Perino's show. So whatever her show with Bill Hemmer is called, I forget what the name of it is, but she was on that show with them. And Dana was overcome with emotion talking to this sweet, sweet friend of Ella Cook's. Here is that moment.
Ella is very proud of you right now.
God bless her.
Phoebe, you are a senior. So we asked you what Ella wanted to do. Tell us here. How can we be manifesting this in the future for you? What do you want to do?
Ella really was outspoken, and I just want to live through her in that way, and try to make a difference. I spoke with our mutual friend who's also in Brown Republicans, and he just said we have to live a purposeful life and for Ella, and yeah.
Okay.
The two of you had plans to go to church on Sunday.
Oh,
and the next
God.
time you're in church, she's going to be with you. You've got an angel in heaven, Phoebe. Thank you for sharing her story. It's really, really important that we get to know her. Thank you. All right. Hang tough. All right.
I'm so angry about this, you guys. I see my daughter and her friends and that beautiful girl. I just am so angry about this. I mean, I know he wants to say you have an angel in heaven that's watching over you. I get it, but that's not good enough. We have got to do better for these kids. We've got to do better.
Especially because the guy is still freaking out there.
Right. Totally. That's one part of it. The second part is like, what is it with this cancer, with this, like, I don't care if you guys call me an Islamophobe. I don't care. This pro-Palestinian bullshit on our campuses is rampant, and it's not okay. I am infuriated by it. I am rage-filled about it. It's not okay. I don't feel safe sending my daughter to schools like this. That is not okay. When I was growing up, I had friends that went to Brown. I lived in Georgia. I had a friend that went to Brown. I never dreamed that this would happen on college campuses. Now it's like, okay, this is just like the norm.
Yeah, these groups are everywhere, and yet Turning Point chapters have to beg and plead to get their chapters opened on these ridiculous campuses.
Christians have to beg and plead to get stuff on campuses. But if you're a Muslim, it's fine. And if you say anything against it, you're an Islamophobe. I am so tired of this shit. So tired.
Yep. And wouldn't you know it, the gay mayor, the super soy boy mayor of this town in Rhode Island, I wasn't sure when we showed that picture of him at like a gay pride parade. He was holding hands with some old dude. And I was like, oh, look, that's his boyfriend. And I didn't know. They're actually gay married. And this is that husband waving the Palestinian flag. Wouldn't you know it? I mean, who's surprised by this?
What would happen to you, gay guy, in Palestine?
Exactly.
Who's going to tell him? These people are so stupid. They have no idea what they're embracing. No idea.
None. They're absolute morons.
God, they're morons.
So, no, they have not caught the guy yet. And the police department in Providence continues to be absolutely useless. There are no cameras apparently at that particular building because it's one of the older buildings. And there are apparently no camera shots of this guy anywhere else on campus. So what they have sent is like footage from various Ring cameras that are in neighborhoods around campus. And they did release a more enhanced, they claim, video of the suspect. And we're going to show it just in the off chance that someone watching is going to recognize this guy's gait. He's obviously masked and fully covered head to toe. So there's not much help here. It's just so incredibly frustrating. And it leads to, for example, yesterday, there was like all kinds of people on Twitter who had thought that they figured out who the guy was, right? They pinpointed the student, super pro-Palestinian guy, like from Lebanon or something.
Mustafa Karbouch is his name.
Yeah. And so they pinpointed this guy. They were just absolutely convinced. His student page on the Brown University website was scrubbed. Like a whole bunch of his profiles had been scrubbed, and that led people even more so to believe that they really had the guy.
Why were they scrubbed? I have a question. Like, why?
Well, that's what we're getting to. So immediately that question was, of course, asked to all of the people involved in the investigation, rightly, because when you have a police department saying, please help us find the guy, that's what people are going to try to do. And that is exactly what they did by doing their internet sleuthing, trying to put the pieces together, noticing that this is really, really weird that all of these pages get scrubbed. So then Brown University releases a statement saying, we've seen harmful doxing activity directed toward at least one member of the Brown community. It's important to make clear that targeting individuals could do irrevocable harm. Accusations, speculation, and conspiracies we're seeing on social media and in some news reports are irresponsible, harmful, and in some cases dangerous for the safety of individuals in our community. It is not unusual as a safety measure to take steps to protect an individual's safety when this kind of activity happens, including in regard to their online presence. So they admit to scrubbing it because they were like, oh my God, this isn't the guy. As law enforcement officials clearly stated Tuesday afternoon, if this individual's name had any relevance to the investigation, they would be actively looking for him and providing information publicly. And so then, to make it worse, the AG scolded the public, the very public that they're asking to help find the guy.
Because they can't do it themselves because they're so inept. Yeah.
Right. So then he gets all scoldy about how dangerous it is to try to identify the guy. This is like what's so crazy to me.
There are lots of reasons why a page might be taken down, particularly if there's chatter out there about, to your question, Amanda, about words that were spoken. It's easy to jump from someone saying words that were spoken to what those words are, to a particular name that reflects a motive targeting a particular person. That's a really dangerous road to go down. Really dangerous.
What do you want us to do?
If that name meant anything to this investigation, we would be out looking for that person. We would let you know we were looking for that person. You know, again, I think it's just a really dangerous road to go down. I know that in today's age, there are lots of things that people read into things. It's just a dangerous thing to do. And I would leave it to us to identify persons of interest and let us run them down.
Really? You just told us all to help you.
Right. Is it as dangerous as kids getting shot up in a classroom? Or I don't know, like maybe, or kids getting shot up in a classroom right after somebody screamed Allahu Akbar, which is what we heard. And I've been hearing that they individual said, of course they won't confirm it. That would be inconvenient, wouldn't it? And I'm just seriously, why won't they confirm that? Why won't they?
Because they say some of the students that were in the classroom said it didn't happen. Some say it did. And so they can't confirm it either way.
Right.
But I mean, you need to pick a lane, police department. Either you want the public to help you and give you tips or you don't. But like, you don't get to scold the public for doing everything it knows to do to try to help solve this case.
And listen, I don't want that guy's life ruined, but the gait and the stature and everything about that guy was kind of dead on.
It was pretty matchy.
Pretty matchy. Yeah, he was like a fat dude that walked exactly like the other
did
dude.
the do-de-do gait.
Yeah. I just, so, and LinkedIn scrubbed him. Everything was scrubbed. And listen, if it were me and somebody was pegging me as being a shooter, I'd be out there saying, this is why I'm innocent. Weird how we haven't heard from him. I don't know. I find that kind of weird. Just putting it out there.
But they've eliminated him. They're saying he is not at all. They're not looking into him.
Of course.
So yeah. And then, you know, aside from Brown, aside from Australia, aside from all of these examples, you know, the foiled plot in LA, for example, all of these examples of terror attacks being planned, being acted out. I mean, the examples just keep on coming. So in Washington State, some Muslim decided to basically lure a 911 police officer to get stabbed. So here is the news story about what happened in Washington State.
We're following some breaking news out of Bellevue right now. A man is now charged with stabbing a police officer before another officer shot him. This happened at the Bellevue Transit Station, you'll recall, on Friday. Court documents say that Mohammed Bangura made a false 911 call about domestic violence to lure officers there. Police say that he slashed an officer's face with a knife and then stabbed him twice in the back. And that's when police say another officer shot Bangura. Both were taken to the hospital, and both are expected to recover.
There was that. There was this report about Polish security services arresting a 19-year-old university student suspected of planning a bomb attack on a Christmas market in support of ISIS. Authorities say he was actively preparing explosives and sought help from a terrorist organization, presumably ISIS.
Right. And then somebody said the MIT professor was killed. There was the MIT professor that was also killed. Right.
But I saw like immediate rumors saying that professor was Jewish, and I don't think that that's accurate. I don't think that's been 100% confirmed either way, but it is interesting that it was just an hour away, from Brown, and the guy is still on the loose. Like, I hope the police are at least thinking maybe these are connected in some way. For crying out loud, they need to do a better job.
Yeah. Listen, I don't doubt that they are Muslim radicals just hanging out in our universities. They're hanging
100%.
out. They're all over our country. They're just hanging out. And then you have Ilhan Omar blaming our president for all of this violence. She can F all the way off.
Every single seat she needs to take.
Wake up, America. Good Lord.
And then there was like really extra sad news out of this Australia story that apparently there was this couple that saw one of the shooters in advance of him actually even reaching the point where he started shooting, and they tried to take him down, and this sweet couple died basically in each other's arms because they were victimized. So there was this dash cam footage that captured the heroic final moments of this Australian couple as they attempted to disarm one of the gunmen in the terrorist attack before they were both fatally shot and collapsed in each other's arms weeks shy of their 35th wedding anniversary. I mean, it's just... this stuff, it's like we're getting so desensitized to it because it keeps happening over and over and over.
You are 100% correct, Monk. We are absolutely becoming desensitized. Every day we're hearing about this stuff. Every day. I'm so tired of it. So tired of it.
And then you sent me this video about one of the survivors of the Australian attack who was interviewed about it. And she was so... She let the interview, like the ABC reporter, absolutely have it. And I thought this was exactly what needs to happen more, because the media is so complicit in revving all of this up.
Yep.
And so here is that interview, which was so, so good.
How are we feeling? Is this what you wanted? Is this enough now? Will you listen to us? Albanese, Wong, will you listen to us? Will you actually do something? Will you actually, don't have to stand up and say anything because we don't believe you anyway. And ABC, I've got to say, will you cut out the biased reporting? Mainstream media, we feel will you cut it out? Will you actually let us have a voice? Because we feel that part of the reason that the Jewish people have experienced such a massive change in Australia towards us. I mean, I'm Aussie. I'm Aussie, and I'm not a religious Jewish girl, but a woman. But since October the 7th, since all the hatred that's been thrown at us, I started to wear my Magen David because I'm Jewish. And if you have something to say, you can say it to me. And ABC, please stop with the biased reporting.
Good for her. God, I just want to hug her. Yeah, she's absolutely right. The media has played such a role in all this crap. Absolutely. We're talking to you, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, all of you. Legacy media they're accomplices in all of this.
Mm-hmm.
They have fueled it. They're like these pro-Palestine. Oh my God, it's just peaceful. These people are peaceful. F you.
Yep. But you got to hand it to the Babylon Bee, who always does it exactly right. So their new headline, groundbreaking new study finds Islamophobia may be partially caused by Muslims killing people all the time.
So accurate. It's accurate.
It's just absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
All right, we need to talk about what happened with Vanity Fair. Yesterday, there was a big expose that was related mostly to Susie Wiles, which we'll get to because she was the primary interviewee. And just to make sure that we let everybody know, if you don't already, there is going to be an address from Donald Trump to the nation tonight from the White House at 9:00 Eastern, which why does he have to wait so long?
I know, she's
way past my bedtime.
Ma goes to bed at like 7, you guys. So she can't, she's like, I can't deal with this. It's okay.
This is too, why?
You'll get the clips. You'll get the clips in the morning. I'll watch it at night. You'll get the clips in the morning. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Anyway, so just wanted to throw that in. But early yesterday, like right after our show, we started seeing all of these news reports about this Vanity Fair Exposé.
Crazy.
And so we're going to show you a couple excerpts. One of them read, over the course of 11 interviews, Ms. Wiles offered pungent assessments of the president and his team. Mr. Trump, quote, has an alcoholic's personality. VP JD Vance has, quote, been a conspiracy theorist for a decade, and his conversion from Trump critic to ally was based not on principle, but was, quote, sort of political because he was running for Senate. Elon Musk is, quote, an avowed ketamine user. Ketamine, I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
Ketamine.
And a, quote, an odd duck whose actions were not always, quote, rational and left her, quote, aghast. Russ Vogt, the budget director, is, quote, a right-wing absolute zealot. And AG Pam Bondi, quote, completely whiffed in handling the Epstein files. And so now I would like you to read the next 4 pages of excerpts so that you all can see the main points, the gist that everybody was like freaking out about that came from this Vanity Fair write-up. Here is the first part.
Okay. New White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles said in an interview with Vanity Fair, President Trump has an alcoholic's personality and Vice President JD Vance has been a conspiracy theorist for a decade. I'm not an enabler. I'm also not a bitch. I guess time will tell whether I've been effective. Wiles described Musk as something akin to a jacked up Nosferatu. The challenge with Elon is keeping up with him, she told me. He's an avowed ketamine user, and he sleeps in a sleeping bag in the executive office building in the daytime. He's an odd duck, as I think geniuses are. You know, it's not helpful, but he is his own person.
All right, so that's one of the quotes, and here is another excerpt.
From day one, Wiles had to grapple with another power center, Elon Musk. He is a complete solo actor, said Wiles.
Oh, you know what? This is the same. I'm sorry. This is the same thing. I didn't mean to repeat it. I'll just get you to the next one.
All right.
Okay.
Wiles' relationship with Trump almost ended at his Miami golf club one night in the fall of 2016. Unhappy with the polls showing him doing worse than expected in Florida, Trump berated her in front of a gaggle of cronies. It was a horrific hour plus at midnight, Wiles told me. And I don't think I've seen him that angry since. He was ranting and raving, and I don't know whether to argue back or whether to be stoic. What I really wanted to do was cry. Wiles steeled herself. I finally said, you know, Mr. Trump, if you want somebody to set their hair on fire and be crazy, I'm not your girl. But if you want to win this state, I am. It's your choice. Wiles walked out. Trump turned on a dime. Lo and behold, he called me every day. Wiles never looked back. Trump carried Florida, the first big prize in his stunning 2016 upset over Hillary Clinton. Some clinical psychologist that knows 1 million times more than I do will dispute what I'm going to say, but high-functioning alcoholics or alcoholics in general, their personalities are exaggerated when they drink. And so I'm a little bit of an expert in big personalities. Wiles said Trump has an alcoholic's personality. He operates with a view that there's nothing he can't do. Nothing. Zero. Nothing.
So those were like the main bits from the piece, and she was not happy with the way she was portrayed. You can read her response that she posted.
The article published early this morning is a disingenuously framed hit piece on me and the finest president, White House staff, and cabinet in history. Significant context was disregarded, and much of what I and others said about the team and the president was left out of the story. I assume after reading it, this was done to paint an overwhelmingly chaotic and negative narrative about the president and our team. The truth is, the Trump White House has already accomplished more in 11 months than any other president has accomplished in 8 years, and that is due to the unmatched leadership and vision of President Trump, for whom I have been honored to work for the better part of a decade. None of this will stop our relentless pursuit of making America great again.
You want to keep reading?
Yeah.
Because I have so much more for you to read.
There's more? Okay.
Well, because that's the funny thing about this whole story is that if the goal was to get Trump to turn on her, it did exactly the opposite. And so I don't know what the point of this really was, but everyone in the administration immediately came out in defense of Susie. Here, for example, is Caroline Leavitt.
I don't think it was to make him turn on her. I think it was just to make all of them look like complete buffoons. I think it was to just make fun of them. And it was to show, you know, Caroline Leavitt's like lip injection marks on her lips. It was insane, you guys. The pictures are insane. This is from Caroline Leavitt. Chief of Staff Susie Wiles has helped President Trump achieve the most successful first 11 months in office of any president in American history. President Trump has no greater or more loyal advisor than Susie. The entire administration is grateful for her steady leadership and united fully behind her.
And then there was Don Jr., who also said this. This is kind of a long one, sorry.
Susie Wiles is by far the most effective and trustworthy chief of staff that my father has ever had. When Susie took over my father's political operation after J6, people forgot how many Republicans were treating him like a pariah. Countless operatives, consultants, and elected Republicans thought my dad's political career was over and wanted nothing to do with him. They attacked him ruthlessly and predicted that he would lose if he ran for office in 2024. Not Susie. She was a loyal fighter for him from the moment she came on board. When things were tough and other supposed friends left my dad like a bunch of rats, Susie stood by his side and worked her ass off every day to rebuild his political operation and ensure that his comeback in 2024 would be successful. When others cowered, she stood strong. One of the other things I've always appreciated about Susie is how she has never tried to subvert my father's America First policy agenda. She is an honest broker who only cares about executing my dad's wishes on policy, which is much different than how things were in his first term when countless staffers thought it was their job to rein in Trump. He spelled "their" wrong, and that irritates me.
There's more. Anyway, sorry.
There's more. From securing the border to not getting dragged into endless wars to reigning in the leftist administrative state, Susie has been a gigantic ally to the America First movement. Most people don't know that Susie was also the first person I worked closest with on the 2024 campaign to bring RFK Jr. and the Maha movement on board. While others were skeptical of Maha, Susie immediately got it and has been one of its biggest advocates in the entire administration. She doesn't talk much about any of this stuff because she doesn't like to take credit for things, another rarity in DC, but I have seen it with my own eyes behind the scenes for years now. I rarely speak about my father's staffers, but there is no one on earth more equipped to serve my father as chief of staff than Susie. I believe it.
If the goal was to turn this cabinet against one another or against her, fail.
Yeah.
Massive fail.
Well, I mean, it was obvious sabotage. They were just trying to sabotage, and they're just partisan hacks, and they want to craft a narrative. And listen, I think it was a big mistake to let them in at all. And I think what this shows this administration is no more legacy media. Don't let them in for any of these fluff pieces. They're done. And if people have a problem with that, show them this Vanity Fair piece and be like, this is what you get. Here's my middle finger. Here it is. You don't get access to us anymore for fluff pieces. You can come into the press room. We'll answer your stupid ass questions because we have to. But when it comes to these fluff pieces in these magazines, they're never going to give him a fair shake.
No,
ever. I mean, it's the pictures alone, you guys.
Yeah, we'll get to those. Marco also weighing in, saying it's obvious to most people that Vanity Fair deliberately manipulated pictures and reported statements without context to try and make the White House team look bad. And there's nobody more loyal or committed to President Trump's mission than Susie. She's one of the main reasons why we have a team that works together to carry out the president's promises to the American people. And then Trump himself weighed in, especially about the alcoholic thing. He said, no, she meant that I don't drink alcohol. So everybody knows that. But I've often said that if I did, I'd have a very good chance of being an alcoholic. I've said that many times about myself. I do. It's a very possessive personality. I've said it many times about myself. I'm fortunate I'm not a drinker. If I did, I could very well, because I've said that. What's the word? Not possessive. Possessive and addictive type personality. I've said it many, many times before.
Yeah.
I didn't read it. I don't read Vanity Fair, but she has done a fantastic job. I think from what I hear, the facts were wrong. It was a very misguided interviewer, purposely misguided.
Of course.
And then I think Mark Hemingway put it best, which was to point out the very simple fact that someday maybe we'll have a Republican Party that understands it's never in their interest to talk to outlets like Vanity Fair.
Right.
But today is not that day.
I just can't believe they did this. I mean, no more access to people like this. You cannot.
Yeah, the pictures that you were talking about. Here is what they show. This is what they look like when they photograph Karine Jean-Pierre.
I mean,
okay, you've never seen her look better than that.
Ever.
And then when it comes to Karoline Leavitt, also in the same position as press secretary, they chose to do this.
That is her picture. You cannot tell me that is not malicious as hell.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys.
Yeah.
And look, the marks on her lips. They want so badly to show, look, she gets lip injections. Look at her face. How you can make her look bad?
That's a reach, man.
She's gorgeous. She's absolutely stunning. And they did everything they could to make her look bad.
Yep.
What is this picture? Who does a picture that close up? These people are awful.
JD Vance was asked about it in a, I don't know who he was speaking to, but he talked about this, got a question.
Well, first of all, if Susie, I'll trust what you said. I haven't looked at the article. I of course have heard about it. But conspiracy theorists, sometimes I am a conspiracy theorist, but I only believe in the conspiracy theories that are true. And by the way, Susie and I have joked in private and in public about that for a long time. For example, I believed in the crazy conspiracy theory back in 2020 that it was stupid to mask 3-year-olds at the height of the COVID pandemic, that we should actually let them develop some language skills. You know, I believed in this crazy conspiracy theory that the media and the government were covering up the fact that Joe Biden was clearly unable to do the job. And I believed in the conspiracy theory that Joe Biden was trying to throw his political opponents in jail rather than win an argument against his political opponents. So, at least on some of these conspiracy theories, it turns out that a conspiracy theory is just something that was true 6 months before the media admitted it. And that's my understanding. And you know why I really love Susie Wiles? Because Susie is who she is in the president's presence. She's the same exact person when the president isn't around. I've never seen Susie Wiles say something to the president and then go and counteract him or subvert his will behind the scenes. And that's what you want in a staffer. Because as much as I love Susie, the American people didn't elect any staffer. They elected the president of the United States. And what you want in a staffer is a person who understands they are there to effectuate the will of the American people, and they're there to follow the orders of the duly elected commander-in-chief of the United States. And Susie Wiles, we have our disagreements. We agree on much more than we disagree, but I've never seen her be disloyal to the president of the United States, and that makes her the best White House chief of staff that I think the president could ask for.
After seeing that, the spread and, you know, the write-up, how can you be a Democrat? I don't get it.
They're so ugly.
Right. They're so freaking mean.
Mm-hmm.
That was done on purpose, with purpose.
Yep.
They're just those mean girls in school that just want to there was no reason for them to do that other than to just
cause drama. They wanted to create drama.
They just wanted to be bitches.
Mm-hmm. The writer himself was on CNN last night saying, well, I mean, obviously the way that they're reacting to it proves that everything I said was right. Here is that moron.
Well, look, I mean, when you hear words like out of context and omissions and framing, what that tells you right away is that you have hit the target. They have nothing, they literally have not challenged a single assertion or fact in the piece.
So yeah, I mean, the problem isn't that that the quotes were not right or not accurate or whatever, because I understand that the whole thing was recorded. It's that they take out the framing, that they take out the anecdotes behind the stories, behind the words that they're saying, to make it look like it's all critical. They took out all of the positive, threw in the negative without context, and this is what you get.
Right. But this is what journalism is now. It's journalism. There is no such thing anymore. Journalism is so dead and buried. It's an embarrassment. All our legacy media is an embarrassment. All of these publications are just a total embarrassment. It's just gross. And if you defend it, shame on you.
By the way, that is the best segue ever, because we have a clip of Jake Tapper responding to a comment or a question, I guess, about the extent to which he continues to cover Trump's health and his decline, apparently, because this is now what the left media does. And when you think about Jake Tapper being the one that wrote the book about how the left essentially covered up Joe Biden's decline, this is just particularly rich.
Cover it all the time on my show, all the time. And I think that is to a large degree because we saw what happened with Biden, and while we covered it, we didn't cover it. Maybe we didn't ask as many questions as we should have at the time. And I think it is a legitimate question for any president of any age, but particularly anybody who is in the range of being an octogenarian, right? We cover it all the time.
Because that's not why you cover it all the time. You covered all the time because you hate Trump. You covered it in his first term, then you stopped covering it because a Democrat was in the White House, and now you're covering it again.
Right.
Please stop pretending that it's, we've learned our lesson. No, you haven't.
Yeah. I'm a journalist. Shut up, Jake.
It's just so ridiculous. By the way, this is going to be a bit of a long show because we still have some stuff to get to.
Awesome. I love that.
The bitches that include the trans lady and the possum lady.
Oh no.
The mute trans lady and then the possum lady.
And then the animatronic possum.
They had on Katie Couric, who showered them with compliments. Here's a little taste.
So proud of what you've built here and what you're doing and using your voices and talking about important things and raising a little hell.
Yeah.
And I think my daughter Ellie said, have you watched these two ladies? They go off. And I said, I've seen them and I approve this message.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that.
Katie Couric. Look at you.
Big score.
Another journalist. There we go. Well, that's a legacy. Quite the legacy you're leaving, Katie Couric.
Yeah. There was a horrible incident that took place at a Target, and this sweet older lady named Jeannie apparently was working at Target, putting clothes away or doing whatever it is that Target folks do. And at Target, you wear a red shirt and khaki pants to like identify yourself as a Target employee. And the rules about like what your shirt has to look like are pretty lax. It just needs to be red. If you want to have it say some things, that's cool. It just needs to be a red shirt and khaki pants. And Jeannie decided to wear a shirt representing Charlie Kirk. And she got absolutely berated by a complete C word, as you will see from this video.
Why?
They let you wear that shirt here?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Why? Why are you taking my picture?
Why are you wearing that shirt? You're working.
It's not a red shirt. I can wear any red shirt.
It's not a plain shirt.
It doesn't have to be
It's a Charlie Kirk shirt.
Yes. Yes, I know.
Are you fucking stupid?
No.
Oh my God. Why the fuck would you wear that? You're at work at Target. That's not a Target shirt. It's not a plain red shirt. You support a racist.
It's not racist.
You support a racist.
He's not a racist.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he fucking is.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to stand here and argue with you.
You're not. You should go get your manager. You should not be allowed to wear that at work. Unacceptable. Unfucking acceptable.
That's your opinion.
No, the opinion is he's a fucking racist and you support him.
That's your opinion, ma'am.
And you should not be allowed to wear that. This is going to be taken above your fucking head. That's insane.
What a Karen.
Insane.
Have a nice day.
In fucking insane.
God bless Jeannie, man.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
So the woman that posted that, turns out that she is likely in a nursing field. She works for a nonprofit healthcare system in California. Her name is out there. People are absolutely flooding her employer, Enlo, with calls demanding that they do something like to let this person go because she belongs nowhere near healthcare.
No.
She's taken down all of her social media or locked it down anyway.
Oh, really? Oh, she doesn't stand by what she said?
Imagine posting this thinking it makes you look good.
Well, she gets all up in like this sweet granny's business saying all the things and you can't stand by it. Oh, bully bitch, can't stand by it. I always find it interesting when they can't do that. They take all their socials down and they lock everything down. Why are you locking everything down? Miss Shayla or whatever your name is. You know,
I mean, she's the one that posted it. Like, why?
It. Stand by it.
Exactly.
Stand by it. Seriously. I'm absolutely like amazed that this woman could get a nursing degree with so much stupidity. That's what blows me away because
I don't know if she's a nurse. I mean, I know she works for like a healthcare company and people are saying that most likely she's a nurse. I don't know that for sure.
But just
she could be like an LPN or whatever.
But the fact that she's in healthcare at all and she's treating people and she's supposed to be empathetic and helpful and benevolent with people. It's crazy. Stand by your post. Stand by him. Like, she's out there, like, with their post of her and her husband standing at the back of a car, like, and he has his fingers next to his throat, like he's like doing the whole shooting. The whole family is disgusting. And they have a daughter, by the way, and they're teaching their daughter to hate like that too. These people disgust me.
Well, and I would not be surprised, you know, AmFest is this weekend. I would not be surprised to see Jeannie on that stage because everybody is looking for her. People have found her, actually. Like Benny Johnson was like, I want to help this woman.
Right.
We want to like send her on vacation. Andrew Colvette has been like, we want to send her some gifts. I would not be surprised to see her on the stage. There is a GoFundMe that as of this morning had like 60 grand plus raised for her to give her a break from working at Target, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
And I, you know, cause I would have been like, go F yourself.
Right.
I would have said all the words, you know, and
lovely.
she was so precious.
She was lovely.
She's a much better human than me.
Imagine, I can't even, like 10 years ago, if you would have told me that wearing a red shirt with freedom on it would have gotten you harassed at a Target, I would have been like, you're out of your mind. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine being the person that goes up to a middle-aged woman and harasses her for wearing a red shirt with freedom on it in the United States of America. Imagine being that bitch. Your life is miserable. And you have no business being in healthcare. No business. Oh my God.
What an
God
awful,
help me if I ever,
C-word.
seriously, God help all of us if we ever get sick, you know, and you're in a situation where these people are the ones who are tasked with taking care of us. God help us all.
If she plans to stay at Target even after, because I'm sure her GoFundMe will absolutely explode and maybe she'll never have to work again.
I hope not.
But if she does work at Target, they need to promote her because she should be in management with that level of service.
You're right,
and respect for customers. She needs a big fat raise.
She's better than me.
Tucker Carlson. We're going to spend like 20 seconds on Tucker because he has this. He's very. He's mean. He's become really, really mean to people and about people. And the way that he does it, it's starting to become a pattern that the way he picks on people, like Ben Shapiro, for example, he'll mock him by using words that Ben never said in order to pretend that he's Ben for a minute, right? And he's doing the exact same thing now with Bibi and also gets in an extra dig at Barry Weiss in the same clip. I can assure you that at no time has Benjamin Netanyahu said, I control everything. I can assure you. And yet Tucker behaves in this clip as though that is a direct quote. This is freaking psychotic behavior.
And there's literally the prime minister of Israel being like, yes, we control everything. Why would he say something like that? First of all, he, like Barry Weiss, is kind of stupid, clever, ruthless, but stupid, not creative at all. There's that. But there's a deeper reason, because he's trying to inspire hatred. He's trying to inspire hatred. Yes, we control everything. And I'm not falling for it. I'm not going to be a hater.
Oh my
Wow.
Can you even believe that? That's a real thing that he did and said.
Wow. He's so he's very like red-faced and like something's going on with him. He's really what's the word? It's somebody said he has to be drinking again. I don't know. Did he have an alcohol problem at one point?
Yeah.
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 He did. Yeah. He's just so mad all the time now. He's so mad.
And he's like super shaky. Like whenever he talks, he's super shaky. You know what I mean? He's, people are saying that they think he's drinking again.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I have no idea. All I know is that he really wants you to visit Qatar. He wants you to go visit
yes, he
you guys
does.
Because he's America first. And he really wants you to visit Qatar because he's America first.
Indeed. You guys, Sydney Sweeney is freaking hotter.
She is
than
hot.
hell. So
she is hot.
Like this may turn you gay. If you're a woman, you may become gay by seeing her latest dress. Like
the white one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that white. Like her body is not even. It's not
real. Like that. I don't even know how you can look that. Like, look
that fur
at her.
isn't real. There's no way she's real.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's ridiculous.
And I would never want to stand next to her. And so props to this other actress. I forget her name, but props to her for like agreeing to be next to her on any kind of red carpet at all ever.
I think it's Amanda Seyfried or whatever her name is.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yes.
She was like, I tell the weather with my boobs. Like, remember she was in that one movie? Yeah. It's like, well,
I remember her from Les Mis because I think that's the girl from Les Mis.
Is that really? Okay. Imagine what Sydney Sweeney can tell with her boobs because, oh my God. Yeah.
Those are real and they are spectacular.
I know. And people like will make comments or do, image, they'll do GIFs and stuff when they see that in social media. They'll put like big boob people and they'll make fun of it. And I'm like, those are real. She can't.
Oh yeah.
That was a gift from God.
Yeah. And I mean, if I had them, I too would probably be wearing those kinds of clothes.
She stole what I was supposed to have and she has it.
Speaking of like turning gay, Rob Smith, who of course is a gay man, he posted that video or still shot of her and said, and I'm straight now. You're muted, just so you know.
Oh,
there you go.
I get muted. Sorry.
Last bit of news before we get to some fun stuff is that Laura Loomer is allegedly engaged. So
my gosh,
Donald Trump called her out like at his Christmas party. He announced it ahead of her announcing it. So he was like, congratulations to Laura. She's great. And her man was with her. I guess. I don't know who it is. She has said, she told the Patrick Bet-David program that he is not political and that she tries to keep him like out of the spotlight. She doesn't want attention on him. But according to Amy Meck, whoever that is, she said that she's marrying genuinely one of the best guys out there, why that person wants to marry Laura Loomer, I have no idea, but whatever, good for you if that's your thing.
I totally get like being with somebody that is not politically involved though. God, yeah. I could not be married to somebody who was in politics. That would drive me insane.
Yeah, that'd be a lot.
I love that my husband's like, what's going on? Yeah.
I know. It's like when Ron wants to talk to me about politics, I'm like, I don't want to. Just
my
stop.
husband never wants to. I don't want. Greg never wants to talk about politics, and for that, I am grateful. Very grateful. Yeah.
Okay, we need to show you a clip. This is obviously old because Steve Irwin, of course, is no longer with us. But you know how much I love me a bald eagle, right?
Yes.
And Steve Irwin appreciating and loving a bald eagle.
Oh, is this an old clip? Why. Is this an old clip? Oh,
yes.
No.
And I don't know why I love this so much, but I just love everything about
What an
this.
honor. What a privilege. The honor that I've gained here is overwhelming. He's just so beautiful. And look at those wings. Yes. And he's got fish breath. Now, this spectacular bird, he's been shot by a high-powered rifle. You can see he's got a little injury on his wing there.
Oh, no.
You're okay. You're okay. But he's very quiet, and I think he really enjoys spending time with me. By crikey, I enjoy spending time with him.
By crikey.
Oh my God.
There's his place. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't he just spectacular?
He is. I want one.
Yes, he is so spectacular.
Oh my God. Everybody loves spending time with you, Steve Irwin.
I just love that.
I do
love that
too.
so much. I'm so glad his kids like carry on the legacy.
And they're
normal.
I mean?
And
they're
yes,
just
and they
normal.
are so sweet.
They
so
are.
Sweet.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
I saw this on Instagram and died laughing at this picture, you guys. It says, I'm selling a deer. Sometimes he barks because he has autism. Oh my God. Why I thought that this had me rolling.
So great. That's
I could
so
not
great.
take it.
I would
I was
totally
dying.
buy him for $9. I absolutely would. Like, take my $9. Take it. Take it now.
I don't even need to keep the stick. I'll just get another one.
I'll just get another. We have plenty in the yard. It's fine.
Oh my God, I love that. All right, speaking of dogs, there's these 3 labs that go to catch a stick. A stick is thrown to them over like a lake of ice, like a frozen lake. And the way that they get that stick, you guys, oh my God, it's so freaking cute. Here they go.
I'd be so worried about
Oh my God, I would
them.
never do this. I would be so scared.
Oh my God, I'd be so scared.
They're so cute.
They're so labby. They're so labby.
So labby. And they're like, I want it. No, I want it. And they're like, let's just all get it.
Let's bring it back to Dad. Hey, Dad, look what we got. Look what we got, Dad. They're so cute.
Isn't that the cutest?
Oh
They're all so happy. God, I love them so much. Also, it's been a while since we have had a husky, since we have featured a husky.
Yeah.
And this one, maybe we've played this before because there's something familiar about it, but you know how menopausal I am. I forget everything.
I probably will forget it too. Both of us are menopausal.
So,
you guys have to
so
tell
if
us.
we've played this before, apologies, but I'm sorry. When you set a husky to auto-tune, it is everything. Okay? It is everything.
It's really good. He's like, and he looks back at it. He's like, what? Was
that okay? Did I do okay?
Great.
So great. All right. And then lastly, we have cats being forced to wear clothing.
Oh my God. Yes.
They hate it, you guys. They hate it. They hate it so much.
Everybody walk around. They just play dead? This is what they do?
They just don't know what to do.
There we go. There. He's like, hell no. Hell no. Oh my God. I need a cat in socks. Need.
Why would people do this? It's so mean.
Oh my God, we're so mean to cats. I need one. What is on it? Yes, it's a catasaur. Oh, bless his heart.
Oh my God. It's just so mean, but I love it.
To dress up. I need one immediately.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, those were your talks for today.
Great talks, Mom.
We have some thank yous. I'll start with locals over here. Osuki says, I told my suitcase we're not going on vacation this year. Now it's dealing with emotional baggage. Pa-dum-dum.
Pa-dum-bum. Pa-dum-bum.
Roth Lady Wright said, I've had it with all of them. They are all making conservatives look like a bunch of crazy, angry people. They will say and do anything to get clicks. This is more than I can give grace for. This is never what Charlie stood for, never what he wanted. Enough is enough.
You are so right. You are 100% correct. Yes. He's looking down. He's looking down at everybody going, what are you doing?
I know,
what are you
right?
doing? Yeah.
Let me make sure I get Venmo. Let's see. Nancy Katz said, if the Erika K stuff weren't enough for Megyn to call out Candace, how is Candace's obvious anti-Semitism not? Well, let's not forget, Megyn continues to love Dave Smith and Tucker Carlson, and she's, you know what I mean? Like, need I say more?
I know what you mean.
Peggy Pickering said, Daisy, I am living the dream. Just got a new refrigerator and the old one is in the garage with adult beverages and Omaha steaks. God bless America. Thanks, chicks, for all you do for us.
Yes.
And then
make and drink fridge is the best.
That's right. And then yesterday we also heard from D. Cole, who said, I watch you every day. I'm new to your podcast. Just found you about 6 months ago. Love it. Here's 7,000 for you. If the zeros fall off before this gets to you, then I apologize. Sometimes shit happens.
Thank you, D. Cole.
And welcome. Welcome to our ridiculous little podcast. Terry Sarmiento said, love seeing the chicks every morning. A bright spot that makes my day better. Dad Joke Wednesday. What do you get when you deep fry Santa? A crispy Kringle. Merry Christmas.
I love it. It's great.
Let's see. We heard from Lindsay Zirkle. who said, first, love you chicks. So glad my mom got me hooked on y'all literally the day before Trump got elected.
Love.
Second, my curiosity, got to remember that killed the cat, got the better of me wanting to hear what crazy Candy had to say about her meeting with Erika.
I think
She
a lot of
watched
people.
it.
Yeah, a lot of people probably watch that.
Yeah,
Because of curiosity.
she went on to say she is a batshit crazy narcissist, and all it did was piss me off because I wasted my time listening to her insanity and spin, not new information, obviously. Third, I seem to have inherited Daisy's cat distribution through osmosis. I already have 2 dogs. One is an Anatolian, by the way, 4 cats, and a horse. It seems I've acquired 2 outside cats, one black and one orange. Come get your cat.
No.
Lastly, fun fact, I went to high school with Ron DeSantis.
Oh my gosh, you should send us some yearbook pictures. That would be fun. You should send us
all the
some.
pictures. Hello.
Yes, we
want to
that.
see them.
Yeah.
We want to see them.
We'll show
for
them
sure.
on the show. That would be so fun.
Ooh, yeah.
To do
All
like
right,
a
now
little segment on that. Elle Weens, Dad Joke Wednesday. While at the hospital, I asked the nurse if I could do my own stitches. She said, "Suit yourself." What does a dentist call his X-rays? A toothpick. That was really good. That was good. Marcy Perales. Good morning, Mock and Daisy. Dad Joke Wednesday. Why can't you trust the king of the jungle? Because he's always lying. Take my money. Have a wonderful day. Much love. Thank you, Marcy. Kim H87. Good morning, chicks. Daisy, praying your wrist is feeling a little bit better each day. Here's one for Dad Joke Wednesday. What do you call a wreath of $100 bills? A wreath of Franklins. Take my money. Have a chicktastic day. That was good. I've never heard that one before. Tim Foolery, too. A group of us outsiders have booked 9 rooms for Stockyard Tono. If we don't get tickets, we're coming anyway. Get ready to dance,
No, you're
Daisy.
actually not. So I appreciate that sentiment, but no one, and I mean no one who does not have a ticket will be allowed into this facility. And that is because, hello, do you guys not remember Charlie Kirk? Like, we are going to be taking security very seriously.
Right.
Please do not book tickets to anything until
Like,
you
don't
have a
book-
ticket.
Yeah, don't book rooms yet, you guys. Oh, I
Don't
cannot believe
do
you booked
that.
rooms. Oh my God.
Don't
I know.
do
It makes
that.
me
And
really
regarding
nervous.
tickets, just so we make sure that people remember, we will announce when we come back from Christmas break that they will go on sale sometime in January. And make sure if you want a ticket, you got to join either Locals as a supporter or Facebook Insiders, because those 2 groups will have first access and they will likely sell out
They probably
to those
will.
2 groups. So you want to be in one of them to get.
They will, because there's going to
tickets.
be in like a finite number of tickets. Judy Clark, J4X. I just figured out how to send you wonderful chicks some cash. Please take my remission money. I am so thankful to be here to celebrate Christmas with my family. Merry Christmas. God bless you, Judy.
Congratulations on remission. That's amazing.
So great. Cynthia Shorten, 5348. The community you all have created is a testament to the kind of people you are. Honest, friendly, funny, and kind. Oh, and direct. Thank you. That's so sweet, Cynthia. It's the thing we're most proud of is this community. Absolutely. Brian Brumley. My home cloning experiments have succeeded. I'm so excited. I'm beside myself. Take my non-cloned money. That was good, Brian. Rachel Ray 2371. Dad joke from my 8-year-old. Why was letter E the only letter to get presents on Christmas? Because the other letters are not E. Take my money.
These are so good today. I love them.
I know. Leah Shalek 6144. This Jew doesn't care if Megyn is friends with Candace, but there's no sitting on the fence with anti-Semitism. Does Megyn think there's context for lying about, libeling, inciting hate against Jews? Exactly, Leah. You're absolutely right. There's no sitting on the fence. Bo Mama 8. Megyn keeps saying nobody understands what's going on. Well, then explain it to us. Like we're 5 years old, because I'd like to know. Yes.
I mean, she did, I guess. And we're just supposed to accept that.
Yeah, I don't. Shelly Bolton, what did the mommy DNA say to the daddy DNA? Did these genes make me look fat? I'll see myself out. Here's some money. Love all y'all. Thank you, Shelly. Ginkgo Yak 1234. The more I view your videos, the more I see how important you are to conservatism. Oh my gosh. I hope only the best and the most success for you. Let's see where you are in a year from now. Hopefully it'll be a very large channel. That is so sweet of you to say.
That's sweet, but I don't want to be a very large channel.
We don't want to be famous. we just want to make a difference. You know what I mean? That's all. We just want to make a difference. Make sure that people are doing the right things. And we want to make this country a better place for our kids, you know?
Yeah.
and then to build this community. Literally, those are our goals. Did I state that correctly? I think I stated that correctly.
Yeah. And listen, of course, we would like more people to watch.
Right.
We just don't want to be like
famous.
Big.
We don't want to
You know
be
what I mean?
famous at all. That's not our goal at all. Nope. Team Media and Publishing, happy 18th anniversary to my beloved husband, Dan. This year would have been a much bigger pile of suck without you in my life. Going to the scene of our first date today, the grocery store. I love that. You guys met at the
I hope
grocery
you're going
store.
together.
That's sweet. Dawn Ackley, 2160. Megyn is actually taking the biblical approach on trying to solve conflicts between two individuals, but it is just the first step. Hopefully she will reevaluate if it doesn't progress in the right direction. I mean,
That's a very generous
it is generous
way to describe that.
Right. But I also feel like if somebody's doing something wrong, I think Jesus wants us to say that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about it. You got to be strong in your convictions. You can't be a wuss. Abby Mary, 1997. Thank you for that super sticker. Angela McDonald, 1234. My favorite women. I'm going to join your group in January. Well, thank you,
Yay.
Angela. People will be so happy to have you there. We will. Carolyn Kramer, 5816. Candace did a TED Talk when she was a lefty on viral moments that are forgotten about 3 days later. It completely explains her MO now.
That's interesting.
It's all about getting the
TED
viral
Talk.
moments. We'll have to look that up. Terry Zaleski, 9794. I think I did that name right. Feel a great sense of peace after blocking MK. Appreciate your recap. Wasn't going to even click on her to add 1 cent. MK's Botox has gone to her brain. Lady Shenandoah, Dad Joke Wednesday. How many skunks does it take to go from a stink to a skunk? A few. I probably did that wrong.
Stink to a stunk. A few.
A few. Have a Merry Thank you. You do it so much better than me. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you, Lady Shenandoah. And just as a reminder, we have shows up until this Friday, and then we're off for 2 weeks, you guys.
But there will be content. Like
There will
our
be
team has planned for things to keep you occupied
Lots of
while we're
content.
away.
Totally. Reba Henry, 6242. We need to educate our young voters to not vote for this Islamic crap. By electing them, it will ruin this country. Stop believing everything that they tell you. They are the wolves in sheep's clothing, and these young people don't see that. Yes, Reba, you're absolutely right. Educate these kids. Elizabeth Boyer, 9390. Happy 28th birthday to my older son, Hayden Lowe. What a cool name.
Yeah.
I love you so much, my sweet boy. Hope you have a wonderful day. Happy birthday, Hayden Lowe.
I know somebody who can sing happy birthday to him. Get it? She's the one that sang to me.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It was you. The Nile One. Seriously, how are you this good at reading out loud, Daisy? Any pointers? Is it my ADHD? Oh my God, I feel like I do a terrible job at it, but thank you for saying that I do a decent job.
You do a great job at reading all the things.
Oh my goodness. Andrea Cleaver, 7406. Megyn may have been your chick's North Star, but you two are my North Star when it comes to political opinions. Thank you for always standing up on the right side of issues. I'm so proud to be a listener. We love you, Andrea. Thank you. Thank you so much. Very sweet.
So nice.
Okay, I think we're bringing it in. Do you have anything else you need to do today? Do we have gifts or anything like that? Nothing?
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm bringing it in with I'm
wearing
my
last
gimpy
year's
arm.
Christmas shirt.
Oh, I like it. That's so cute. All right, you guys, hugging you with my gimpy arm. Everybody have a fantastic Wednesday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.